Welcome to San Juan, Puerto Rico. It is 87 degrees and sunny, and first thing we're doing right after the airport and lunch is getting right in the water.
Walking with the beach to my left, seat to my right, and I'ma get faded at the tiki bar tonight. Then I'ma rolling up like my name is Bob. Yeah, I'm gonna party like I'm a Jamaican. If you really wanna know where you can find me, I'll be unwinding down in the islands, yeah, sure. Lose track of your time.
We just got done snorkeling and saw some pretty cool sea turtles and some tropical fish. And now we're just walking the coastline over here, which is pretty cool. We just drove across the island to the southeast side. We're at Palmas del Mar, which is a really nice gated community area that has a Wyndham resort and a lot of other things, including this nice little hike that goes through a pretty cool part of the forest here. You can hear the coquis, the little frogs making that sound.
Anybody here? Pass me the rum, and we can find somebody who can play the steel drums. And if you like this beat, then everybody dance with me. We got the ladies to the left, fellas to the right, and everybody's faded at the tiki bar tonight. And we are gonna dance to the rhythm of the waves while we drink Bacardi by the bar.
We just got over to our Airbnb from Palma. We're back in San Juan. The beach is right on the other side of those taller buildings. And Liz is trying to convince this cat to come down and say hi to her. A lot of cats in Puerto Rico. I've been into Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. The morning of our second day here. It's Puerto Rico's capital.
If you really wanna know where you can find me, I'll be unwinding down in the islands, yeah, sure. Lose track of your timing. Grab a drink beside me.
Super cool streets around here. This is the city wall for the old city San Juan, so this wall has been here for centuries. So this is where people would come in and out of the city and getting on and off boats to Europe and elsewhere.
Anybody here? Pass me the rum, and we can find somebody who can play the steel drums. And if you like this beat, then everybody dance with me. We
were just walking down through the old city area and the old gate that you get to Old San Juan, which was really cool. And now we're going up to the big fort on the corner here. This is actually where they shot several scenes from Pirates of the Caribbean.
If you really wanna know where you can find me, I'll be unwinding down in the islands, yeah, sure. Lose track of your...
So this is the original tower. They had these cannon placements, and then they built the larger fort completely around it. But this is the very first thing. It's 1539.
Islands, you don't need no invitation, no. Whoa. If you're looking for relaxation.
We just had a really good time at the fort over there, and now we're walking through this market before we start making our way back towards the car and walk through the rest of Old San Juan.
If you really wanna know where you can find me, I'll be unwinding down in the islands, yeah, sure. Lose track of your timing. Grab grab a drink beside me.
The capital of Puerto Rico, territory capital. They have a governor just like states. We are gonna go down to the beach.
Where you can find me, I'll be unwinding. Down, 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 down in the islands. You should lose track of your timing. Grab a drink beside me. Down in the islands, down in the
Just got done snorkeling out here. This was a really cool area because it's pretty well protected by this line of rocks, but there's a lot of fish down there and a lot of sea urchins. I almost got out down there and then walked over to where I am now on the beach, but there were like hundreds of tiny sea urchins on the ground, and so I went down to where there was at least rocks to get to the sand. But really cool. Pretty good waves today, especially out past the break wall, though some of them are getting through the gap there. Liz is walking along the beach, but nice day to be sitting at the beach when it's like 85 and sunny. Well, the national forest is right up there in front of us. Puerto Rico has the only national rainforest in the National Park Service system, but that's where we're going today. And check out the electrical infrastructure here in Puerto Rico. It is very weird compared to mainland US. They have very frequent power outages here. I was wondering why so many hotels and things were advertising that they had generators. Then I started looking into it, and yeah, they have very frequent power outages here. We think we have it bad in Michigan with the mainland US has an average of 1 or less than 1 day of power out per year. They have like 13 or 14 days per year on average in Puerto Rico, which means half of the people and half the years are worse than that.
Sweet tea, pecan pie, homemade wine, where the peaches grow. In my house it's not much to talk about, but it's filled when love is grown in southern ground. And a little bit of chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio up, I like to see the sunrise, see the love in my woman.
I just did a nice short hike over to this place, and the payoff was this big pool where there's a couple waterfalls, and you can go jumping off the cliff. I jumped off of this rock that we're on right now, and then swam over there and jumped off the little bit taller of a rock over there. But it's pretty cool. There's pretty good current going through, and if you go too far, then you get shot down there.
This I've come to know. So if you agree, have a drink with me, raise your glasses for a toast to a little bit of chicken fried and cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio up, I like to see the sunrise, see the love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of my precious child, and know a mother's love.
Tacos from this place she found because it has like 4.9 stars on Google. Little hole in the wall place right over by the harbor in San Juan. There's a crazy fireworks show going on outside our hotel room window, so that's a fun surprise. Not really sure why, but really big fireworks show going on outside. We just got through a surprisingly long security line for how early it is, but headed over to our flight. We got a new destination for today before we head back to Detroit this evening. We just made it to Philadelphia, which wasn't in the original plan for the trip, but the weather ended up being just terrible in Puerto Rico today. It was not great in the second half of the day yesterday, but all day today is just going to be really bad thunderstorms. And with about a cost wash, I was able to get us to Philly for our last day instead. Because there's Reading Terminal Market, which we're about to go into, huge food market, as well as other things that sounded more fun than sitting in the rain and storms all day long. So that's where we're at, and that's the plan. And we got some lunch. Liz is buying way too many seeds with way too many dollars, unfortunately. Liz walked inside this store. We're in Chinatown right now, and it had a staircase that went down to this basement market of all kinds of Asian snacks and different varieties of Kit Kat flavors and things that we were seeing in Japan and stuff last year. There's Independence Hall in Philadelphia, where the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence were debated and signed. And we are on our way down to the Betsy Ross house, where Betsy Ross lived when she made the very first American flag in 1776, as well as a couple other cool things down here. Betsy Ross house. Crazy, this house has been here for 300 years, and that's probably how all the houses used to look. Super skinny in these street grids. Checking out a couple museum ships here. We're walking on top of a submarine right now. We're about to get on the USS Olympia.
I'd like to see the sunrise, see the love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of a precious child, and know a mother's love.
We're walking down Alfred's Avenue, or Alfred's Alley right now. This is the oldest continually occupied neighborhood or street in the United States. People have been living here since the 1720s and still are in all these houses.
I thank God for my life and for the stars and stripes. May freedom forever fly. Let it ring. Salute the ones who died, the ones that give their lives so we don't have to sacrifice all the things we love, like our chicken fries and cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. I like to see the sunrise, see the love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of a precious child, and know a mother's love. Get your little chicken fried and cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio up. I like to see the sunrise, see the love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of my precious child, and know a mother's love.